Sebastian, come on stage, please. So we have Sebastian Zenz from us, from DMG MORI. Thank you so much for joining us in Aachen today.
My pleasure.
And I remember having that speaker dinner with you yesterday evening, and we discussed the future of procurement and platforms and how really AI will have an impact on basically everyone in industry. Yeah, that was super insightful to me. And also the topic you brought for today is super interesting for me because you're trying to connecting the dots. So how to get from data, not to value, but to EBIT. Yeah? So,
yes, exactly, yeah.
So I mean, as a director of product cost optimization, I think that's really your topic. For me, it's a new topic, but I'm really super excited to learn more about how you do that. So
okay.
Stage is yours.
Cool,
yeah?
Thanks. Good, yeah. Like Christian said, my name is Sebastian, and I am talking today about how data becomes EBIT, the data to value approach. Well, my name is Sebastian, like I said. I have roughly 20 years of experience in purchasing C-level EBIT projects, and I'm the head of PCO, Product Cost Optimization at DMG MORI. DMG MORI is the world-leading producer of machine tools. Machine tools are able to produce things like you see here on the slide, like rims for tires, all kind of molds, and even parts for rocket engines. We have a global footprint. And the story I have for you today has basically 3 chapters. The first one is the approach, the data to value approach, setting a baseline. Then we have an example to make it understand very easily. And then we have an outlook to the next level. And that will be the place where I give a spotlight on how does it make sense for us to apply, to use AI? Well, data is the gold or the oil, I heard today, of the 21st century. I think we all have heard this sentence many times. I see very few companies really appreciating this sentence, respectively using their data to create value. If I think about data, I think about product master data. And here today, in this case, we have as an example a very easy product, which is hydraulic hoses. And the master data, the performance parameters of this product group is diameter, length, annual volume. Is the product or the surface extremely abrasion resistant, yes or no? Has it a standard fitting or special one? So we have here product master data in a numerical as well as categorical format. And we have these parameters for, sorry, that is, can we go one back? One again? Okay, and we have these parameters for all the products which we build our machines of. If we would not have these, we could not tell the performance of our machine, of course. Okay, so the key question is then how we get from the data to the value, to the EBIT, how we extract the gold from our master data. So what are we doing in this case? The solution for us is a translation of the product master data into a price formula. Based on this price formula, we extract many values. I've brought 4 examples today, and the translation is coming from a software, from a mathematical approach, which is called NLPP, Nonlinear Performance Pricing. And yeah, this brings us to the price formula. So to make it easy to understand what are we doing and what is achievable with this approach, I brought you an example. The example is this set of hydraulic hoses. Thanks. We had here a project which in the end led us to 25% cost optimization and another 80% lead time reduction in our RFQ process. We had a data set of 280 hydraulic hoses from one of our sites, just one supplier, so a very isolated data set, so to say. And this is the process we gone through. From the left to the right, and let me explain the graph roughly. On the bottom line, the x-axis, you see from the left to the right, rising performance of the product, and from bottom to the top, the price is rising. Easy logic, yeah. The more performance a product has, like length, diameter, and so on, the higher the price, and gives a fair pricing. But you see here, there is some outliers already. And we found that these outliers make basically 11% saving potential in this data set. So, having said that, we could have started here a negotiation with the supplier to achieve the cost reduction. But in our team setup, we said, okay, we don't know the market pricing of these products yet. So we sent out an RFQ of the whole portfolio, and we received a feedback, which is shown in the middle, which showed 21% saving potential in this data set. So, well, that was great. And second time here, we could have said, okay, let's make the deal, take the 21%, and then we have an achievement. We didn't do that because our second goal was to improve the RFQ process. To achieve this, we needed to align or to agree the NLPP price formula with our supplier. So what did we do? We took the cherry pick out of the RFQ result, did a second NLPP calculation, and gave this target price set up into the market and asked the market, okay, this is our requirement to, are you able to achieve this? And we got the feedback from the market that this is an achievable price level. So in the end, we had a 25% saving, and we had an agreed price formula. And the supplier had agreed to the price formula not knowing that he was agreeing to a price formula. Of course, the target price was calculated with the target price formula, and then we did the following. We invited the supplier around and introduced him to the picture on the very right, and said what our plan would be now for the future. We explained him that we would like to quit the RFQ process, taking ages, so to say, and that we wanted to, in the future, transfer parameters and a target price towards him, and he can counter-check, because we will give him the price formula, and he can immediately respond with a quote. And in the first meeting, the supplier immediately recognized that that would be a win situation for him as well, because coming with this optimization, there is a lot of process improvement coming, not only for us as a customer, but as well for the supplier. And we managed here to reduce the RFQ process, time to market process, so to say, from 14 days, and I think the colleagues calculated here a very positive time, down to 3 days. Yeah. So today, there is a new part dropping into the system. The purchasing colleague is taking the parameters of the part, typing it into the formula, which we have integrated into an app. sending it over to the supplier, they can counter check, and they immediately send us back a quote. So after 3 days, we have a new price established in the system. It's a win-win situation for us, for the supplier. We free capacity of our high valuable people, and yeah, we save 11 days, in this case 80% faster than earlier. Well, up until here, we have created basically 3 values for the company. First of all, we have created a transparency we did not have before. So this enables us, our purchasing colleagues, to strategically manage their portfolio, because they know now where to work on, which parts are too expensive. The second thing is, this of course is enabling us to generate savings and optimize commercially. And the third value is the process optimization, not always in the strategy, but here in this example we just saw, that was part of the strategy. So this is another big win, which is not only a win for us, but as well for the supplier. And what we see here, this systematic is, from my experience, the only way to fully digitize a purchasing process, because this is digitizing the price agreement bit of the new part nomination process, which was a manual process, so to say, because the purchasing person and the salesperson, they had to meet physically or digitally and agree on a pricing. And this is overcoming this, this situation. Well, perspective, next level. The approach, it has a tremendous success in our organization, and we are doing it today project-based. Means we are taking all the data, extracting all the data from our systems, crunching the data, and then doing the analytics. Of course, in our days today, this is not state of the art anymore. And now we want to go next level. We want to scale this, this approach and make it a process-based approach. We will create a data-to-value process based on a data-to-value platform. Well, and this is the solution. This is how it will look like. In the middle, we have the core doing the analytics, and this will be connected to all the raw data systems we have. We will connect it to the ERP system, to all the PLM system, and as well we will feed in all the 2D and 3D data we have. So the data consolidation is taking place constantly, and here we come to value number 4, like I promised. Running this process, data gaps will appear, and we can handle this now, opening a ticket, handling it over or giving it over to the colleagues from the master data department, and they can systematically work on this, improve our master data. And yeah, of course, in the background, the analytic is running permanently, producing all the opportunities and targets, which is enabling what we saw earlier here in this slide deck. And in the end, we will improve our EBIT with this data-to-value process. All this will be trackable in dashboards, which will be customized to CFO or to the purchasing person, to commodity management, whoever needs to have an overview of this. And this is another nice thing, looking into the future, which will be coming with this. This will lead to a disruption in purchasing, actually. Yeah? We have here the results and opportunities coming from the Safirian data-to-value platform. And this is a deterministic result. Yeah? So it's repeatable, and in the business context, this is very important. This is not coming from a kind of prompt which is different to the user sitting in front of the system. And we will hand over this deterministic result to a chatbot, and in the future the chatbot will do the negotiation work for the purchasing. So the purchasing people will more and more develop to data analysts, data handling function, and steer their negotiation boards. So, and coming back to the flashlight regarding AI, what I want to stress here is it is very important to understand the problem you would like to solve, and we heard that in one of the speeches earlier. The problem we are solving here is a problem which cannot be solved by an AI, because the AI would learn the wrong pricing. So we need here a mathematical solution, and we have that in the core of the system, like you see. But applying AI in the upstream and downstream makes absolutely sense. So it is important to know the problem, choose the right tool, and then find the solution or create the solution. So if you have just a hammer, everything is a nail. So this is sometimes the impression I have when I hear the talks about AI in the market outside at the moment. But like I said, understanding the problem, finding the solution, this is what we did here. And we have many categories running, and we will apply this on all the categories we have. And this is basically the way how we extract value from our master data. This is how we get to the gold. Well, thank you very much for your attention. If you like to exchange on this, please feel free to contact me now or anytime.
Sebastian, thank you so much for that presentation. It was really an interesting insight. One thing that came to my mind, and maybe you can elaborate on that, is very early in this conference, we had a question of, well, how to explain transformation to senior leadership. I can imagine that was not really a problem for you.
Well, it's always challenging, definitely, but after having these kind of examples, it makes it digestible, so to say, even for people who are far away from these kind of issues. Yes, these cases are definitely easy to understand, to explain, and you find a lot of alliance in the company. I had that on one of the slides as well. The people from master data are very fond of this. The people who are doing the AI projects in our company immediately said, wow, this is great, because this is one of the first examples which is creating real money, real countable money for the company. Easy.
And maybe you can explain us the journey a little bit. So how long did it take you to get from the first ideas to the first RFQ process that you ran via this approach?
That took quite a while. Of course, this is a fairly new technology for us. This kind of methodology, the NLPP thing, is not so well known in the market, but it's a game changer. And of course, you first have to get in touch with the thing. What we saw here is now a result of, well, roughly 4 years working with the technology. We did not know in the beginning that it would lead to this kind of process optimization, and value extraction in such a systematical way. We applied this on single portfolios, finding outliers, negotiating these, but the development or the time of the development led us in the end to this kind of highly sophisticated solution in the end.
It's super interesting to see. So what are your projections for the future? I mean, will we come to a situation where agents talk to agents and you do that negotiations within seconds?
Yes, I can imagine this. Actually, we had yesterday evening a talk regarding platforms. Yeah, I think that will be next level. The first thing I think will be we have the data available. We process it through the solution. Bots will take over negotiations, but as well there will be other developments coming, like digital twins will be in the end available for everything, including the parameters. Yeah, and then combining this will lead, I think, to completely automatic finding of the right place where to manufacture what for a fair price. Yeah, it will be everything. It will be transparency, leading then in the end to optimized and automized processes of nomination.
Super. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Thank you for sharing the solution that you apply.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure to have you in Aachen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Cool.